80 miles north, the residents of Rugby were also questioning the safety of their homes when this usually quiet street was struck by an extraordinary event.
If you're asking me, did I notice anything out of the ordinary? No.
Builders next door doing some standard building work, let them get on with it, woo, the usual.
Bit of noise, as you'd expect. They've got a JCB in there and there's men working.
Then about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, heard a bunch of the builders shouting stop, stop in a sort of rather alarming fashion, and then just the most massive rumble from next door. The guy from upstairs ran down the stairs, hammered on the door, and then after that we kind of just both ran out rather dramatically outside the front of the house, looked to see what had happened.
Oh my gosh.
The entire house had crumbled.
So on.
The roof was hanging a little bit, and then the far wall, which was still on at the time, just fell off as well, at which point you could see the open wardrobes were closed. There was like a shelf with a pile of books on that you could just see as the wall had fallen away. A little bit like a dollhouse that someone had kind of just cut down the middle of it with a knife.
In the space of a few dramatic minutes, Nathan's home next door went from mid to end of terrace.
The first thing to our minds as we came out was, who was in the house? Was anyone in there?
Luckily, nobody was at home at the time.
It's unimaginable that it would collapse that way.
In just one snap, it's gone.
This family are baffled as they were not having building work on their property. Building work was taking place on the land next door. So now, Ariel and Amelia have moved their family into temporary accommodation, having lost their home over the last 5 years.
It's really heartbreaking to see all the things that you work hard for mix with the debris. Just made me cry.
Had there not been a hold-up on the school run, they would have been home, and they would have lost so much more.
Those delays were all blessings in the end, because if they had walked home straight away from their school, they would have been inside the house. You know.
It happened, yeah. It still makes me shiver
Yeah.
thinking about it.
Yeah. You think you broke my heart, oh boy, for goodness sake.
The family are now facing up to rebuilding their lives.
We're just taking it a day at a time. It's a huge challenge, I think.
At least we have a roof over our head.
While their former neighbours are facing up to a new mega build next door.
Not every day you see a house collapse on your street.
In Marsden, Sue and her husband